Well, let's pass things off to Ryan and Wendy in the VT studio.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to take that pass and we're going to pass it right along because Richard Bryan out right now with something I had never heard of before, and that's a personal trainer for dogs.
Yeah, that's right. You know, a lot of people, I think that it's cute or funny to have an overweight pet, but the reality is, I mean, their structures are just as susceptible to disease and illness as we are. So check out what Bridget found out.
Block Park right now, and we're here because, well, if you have a dog or a cat, a pet in the household, you best listen up, because this book right here could save you and your dog's life. We're going to talk to a man right now who spent a lot of time focusing on the human health system, and then all of a sudden found that we sometimes invest a lot more into our pets than ourselves. So he's comboing the two in sort of a very interesting, cool fashion, taking care of your pet, talking about longevity, talking about joint disease, talking about obesity. These are ongoing problems that some of you may or may not know that your pet could be experiencing right now. Franco, I want to get this right, Cavaleri, welcome to Breakfast Television.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Nice to be here.
Well, first of all, give us a little bit of a background on yourself, how your sort of your health background, if you will, when this sort of initial intrigue with being a healthier body started.
Well, I started into sports nutrition as a bodybuilder many, many years ago. Studied at the University of British Columbia. And my main focus was biochemistry, nutritional sciences, nutrient-gene interactions. And the interesting thing that came out of that was that, you know, we're starting to see now that various nutrients interact with our genes, and if they're missing from our food, the body's not able to function optimally. So supplying nutrients in sufficient quantities ensures that the body's empowered, our dog's body, our human body. The immune system is able to do its job and prevent disease. And one of the things we're seeing now is that these deficiencies are more profound as we age, because our intestinal tracts, the gastrointestinal tracts of our cats and dogs, tend to decline in efficiency. And so if we eat poor foods, or foods that are not whole or have active live nutrients, then these deficiencies tend to surface more significantly when we're older. So we need to take into account these considerations when we're younger, when we're feeding our animals, and take charge of our lives and be responsible for our pets' health and for our own health.
So is it fair to say that you started off as sort of a dude that said, oh, I'm going to take care of all health amongst the people, then all of a sudden one day you were like, but my dog looks kind of ailing, and so did it shift? Was there like a noticeable shift? You took care of the people first, and then you took care of the pets?
Well, it started out as a personal endeavor for performance enhancement. So what happened was all my research at the university was focused on performance enhancement for athletes. It went into creating sports medicine substances, and the interesting thing is that, you know, we're trying to enhance performance of the body. Really, in order to do so, you have to enhance all biological systems, the immune system, the gastrointestinal tract, and when you do so, you improve the body's natural tendency to recover from illness. And so what happened was I found that many of these animals suffer from the same conditions that we suffer from. And the interesting thing is that they respond better to these substances than we do. And the reason is that most of them are fed foods that are processed. You think about dry kibble food in a bag, and it's processed. And the point is that these nutrients that are supposed to be whole and active during the processing period tend to decline in activity. So you get this beautiful, formidable list of ingredients on this bag.
that mean nothing.
Well, you know, the animal is able to absorb some, but the absorption potential declines. And so what we need to do, just as we do in our own health, is to add these biologically active nutrients back in supplemental form. First, what we say is, you know, choose.
We have to pause here. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We have to go to break, but when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Franco. We're going to find out what you can do. I didn't know, but do dogs actually have allergies?
Absolutely.
Who knew that? I did not know that, because I'm allergic to dogs, and maybe they're allergic to me.
Possible.
Who knew? When we come back, we're also going to introduce you to Sexy. I'm not kidding. Sexy is in the house. Oh, yeah. And although it looks like it's her, it's actually one of the two dogs around her. We'll be right back after this.